fifth session. Today is our fifth session where we
Then
are
go.
going to talk about data cleaning up, where we are going to clean the data, where we are going to make sure that the data is in proper format, and we are also going to touch upon certain functions like left, right, uppercase, lowercase, and the trim function, as well as converting text to column in order to clean up your data, in order to make sure that the raw data that you have received is in easily understandable format. Please requesting everyone to be on mute, requesting everyone to be on mute. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is the first shortcut. If you do control A outside and you do control A, it will select your entire sheet. But if you are inside a data set and you do control A, it will only select till where the data exists. I repeat, it will only select till where the data exists. Select this, and after selecting this, we will go and we will use something which is under format, which says auto fit row height and auto fit column. What does auto fit row height and auto fit column width do? It will auto fit the columns and it will auto fit the rows in order to make sure that the content within the cells is readable, that the content within the cells is readable. So let me do auto fit row height and I'll do an auto fit column. As soon as I do this, you will see that all at once the date column, the client column, and all the other columns are fitting properly. Rather than manually double clicking over here between the column headers, this is a better way in order to resize everything. Please try everyone. Try everyone. Let me know when you're complete in the chat box. Okay. Now, the next thing which I am going to do is, in this particular column, in this client column, next to the company name, you have some matter in bracket. Next to the company name, you have some matter in bracket. If I would like to replace this, if I would like to replace it, or if I would like to remove it, I am going to select the column, Control Shift and down arrow key. I repeat, Control Shift and down arrow key in order to select it. After doing that, I will go to find and replace. So I will go to find and select, and here I have replace. It will ask me find what. So here I am searching for something which is within a bracket. I repeat, here I am searching for something which is within a bracket. Open bracket, asterisk stands for a number of characters or a string of characters. So open bracket, there is a bracket here. In the bracket, there is matter. For that, I put asterisk sign, close the bracket. So I am basically looking at what is in the bracket and I want to replace it with blank space or nothing. After this, click on replace all. Replace will only make a single replacement, but replace all will replace everywhere, and right now it has made 31 replacements where it has removed everything that was in the bracket. So what am I looking for? Bracket. See, there was a bracket, correct? There was a bracket. There was text inside the bracket. So I'm looking for a bracket. And to denote the text inside the bracket, I'm giving this asterisk. And then again bracket. So basically, open bracket, what is in the text, close bracket, is replaced by empty. So everywhere, wherever there is anything in a bracket, will be replaced by blank. Can you all please try this, everyone, from replace? In the find and replace section, you will find it. Please try, everyone. Can? Okay, super. Okay. Now the next one which we are going to do is, I'm going to show this one more time for those who did not connect when we started. Please be on mute. Yeah. So I'm going to select the column, Control Shift down. Then I'll go to find and select, click on replace. This is what I'm looking for. Bracket, in the bracket string, that is an asterisk. Requesting everyone to please be on mute. Close the bracket. Replace it with a blank cell. Replace it with a blank cell. Say replace all. It will make the replace. Now the next thing which I want to do is, if I want to convert this to lowercase, I can simply select this and click on insert. When I click on a column and I click on insert, it will insert a column to the left. Control Shift and plus will also insert a column. So if you click a column and click on insert, it inserts a column to the left. The other shortcut is Control plus Shift plus. Control Shift and plus will insert the column. Control Shift and plus. Okay, will insert the column. Now, in this particular column, I want to convert this matter into lower case. I want to convert this matter into lower case. In order to convert this matter into lower case, I will use the function is equal to lower. This will convert it into small letters or lower case. Open bracket. Select this. Close the bracket, hit enter. Come to the corner of the cell and can you see this plus sign? Double click, it will copy. Correct? So is equal to lower is the function which will convert the text into lower case. Now, if you see over here, I have used a cell reference. So if I happen to delete this column, I will lose this column. Can anyone tell me why? If I delete column C, why will I lose column D? Anyone? If I delete column C, why will I lose column D as well? Can anyone tell me quickly? Absolutely right. Perfect. Because column D is getting the reference from column C. Now, suppose I tell you I still want to do away with column C. Suppose I tell you I still want to do away with column C and I don't want column C to be considered. Instead, I want column D only to be retained. I repeat, I would like to only retain column D, which has my text in lowercase, and I would like to remove column C. In that case, I will select this, Control Shift and down to select the whole data, cut this data and come back here, and under paste, there is an option called paste as values. So I will click on paste and I will paste this as values. So I will copy the data, I will copy it and I will paste it as values. When I paste it as values, what will happen is only the values will be retained. The formulae lower will also not be retained, neither will the cell reference of column C. So when I copy and I paste as values, or when I cut and I paste as values, only the lowercase values will be retained. The source values will not be retained. Please be on mute, everyone. Only the values will be retained. The reference of the cell will also not be retained. Also, another thing which will not be retained is the name lower in the formulae or the function in column D will be removed. Come back here and under paste say values, and now you will see that the direct values are pasted. Now if I want, I can come here and I can hit delete and I can remove that column, but the column of clients which is in lowercase will not be affected. Requesting everyone to please be on mute. Okay. So basically I will get my column C, and when I get my column C, I will get all the values in lowercase. I will be getting all of the values in lowercase. So what did I do? I used the is equal to lower function and then I copied and I pasted as values. So which is the function I use? Lower. Lower helps to convert text in lowercase. Then copy and paste as values. So you only get values and no reference. Please try, everyone. Please try, everyone. Okay, once you are done, let us come and let us inspect or let us check the column D. If you see column D, the case is incorrect. Can anyone see any other issues over here in column D? Let me select the column. In column D, can anyone notice the problems? Can anyone notice the problems in column D? What are the issues in column D? Anyone? What are the issues in column D? Lower and upper keys. Correct. What else are the issues? Yes, spacing and upper and lower. So what will I do? Let me come here and I'm going to add a new column. In this new column, I'm going to write content. And here I am first going to use the trim and then I'm going to use the proper case. So I will say is equal to trim, open. Select the text, close bracket, enter. When I do a trim, it will remove the additional spaces. Come to the corner, double click, and you have your data. Can you try this? Is equal to trim. So here the first step of cleaning up we make is towards removing the blank spaces. Are you all done with is equal to trim? Okay. There is one more function which will enable you to convert the improper case, the upper and the lower case combination into proper case. As the name suggests, the name of this function is proper. So you begin with an equal to sign, proper, open bracket, select the text, close bracket, hit enter. And here it will give you improper case. Now, if I want to use this along with the trim, I will need to write it here. So after trim, what I will have to do is I'll have to open a new bracket and write proper. Okay, and close it. So first there is trim and then there is proper. So in short, what is happening? There are two functions both written in the same cell. I repeat, there are two functions, both of which are written in the same cell. Now, the rules when you write two functions in the same cell is the number of brackets that you open, the round brackets or any other bracket that you open, you have to close those many. So, bracket is opened here, bracket is opened here, and both are closed. Secondly, you will refer to the cell only once at one time. Thirdly, one equal to sign will only be written at the beginning of the cell. So generally, whenever we write a function, we write equal to. But if two functions are written, we will not be writing equal to twice. Equal to will only be written once. So equal to will be written once. I already have the trim. I only have to put the proper function. So the other way of doing it would be you'll do is equal to proper, open bracket, select this, close. And then you envelope this in trim. This could be another way of writing. So whether you write trim first and then write proper inside, or you write proper first and then envelope the trim around it. The bottom line is you can write two functions in the same set. Please try this, everyone. And then when you are done, come to the corner and double click. It will complete it for wherever there is the text in that particular column. Please try. Please try, everyone. Trim along with proper. Please try, everyone. Have you all completed? Does anyone want me to re-explain? Thank you, Divya, for letting me know that you've completed. Now, let us look at the two columns. Column D has my raw data. Column E has my clean data where the case is proper. There are no empty spaces in between. It has been trimmed. So in short, I don't need this. But if I delete this column, I will also lose column E. So for that, what I need to do is I need to copy this and come back here and paste as values. Then what I can do is then I can click on the raw data column and remove it. Now you can see that we have successfully cleaned two columns of data, the client column and the contact column. Let us now proceed to the next column, which is called as the department column. Now in the department column, what I want to do is the department has the department along with the location or the region. So you can see over here, Cloud Tech underscore Texas, strategy underscore New York, again strategy underscore New York, operations underscore Florida. So there are regions or locations at the end. There are regions or locations at the end. What I need to do over here, I repeat, what I need to do over here is I need to extract these regions and put it in a separate column. I need to extract these regions and put it in a separate column. In order to do that, I'm going to click here and add a new column. As soon as the new column gets added, so I need the column after department because I will have department and then I want region. So Control Shift 10 plus and I will write over here region. Then I will select this column and I will use an option called text to column. I will use an option here called text to column where based on the delimiter called underscore, I am going to split the data into two columns. Based on the delimiter underscore, I am going to split the two columns. In order to split the two columns, what I am going to do is I am going to go to data and under data tools, there is text to column. Text to column, as the name suggests, will enable you to separate your text into two columns. It will enable you to separate your text into two columns. Click on it and here you get the step-by-step wizard of convert text to columns. They will ask you choose the delimiter. So first you have to decide that is the file delimited. And if it is delimited, what is the delimiter? Is the file delimited? Yes, the file is delimited. What is the delimiter? Underscore. So at the moment you will say delimited. Click on next. What is the delimiter? I am going to say other because underscore is not provided here. And in other, I am going to specify the delimiter. Under other, see there is tab, there is a semicolon, comma, space, but underscore is not provided. And that is why I'm going to write other and specify. As soon as I specify it, see it now, and as soon as I specify, see the bifurcation into two columns. So the departments will be in department column and in the region column, Texas, New York, Florida, etc. will be shown. Click on next here and now they are asking me the destination. So they are saying the destination will be E6. So yes, I can take E6 as the destination. Click on finish and I'll say yes and it has replaced. I will come here and I can now write this as region. So here you have department and here you have region. This is done with the method of text to column. I repeat, this is done with the method of text to column. There is one more method by which I can do it, which is called as a flash fill. However, I would like you to try text to column. So take a copy of this column. Take a copy of this column. Okay. So copy this column and come here and just paste it. Okay. Paste it so that we have a copy of this column and then try text to column so that I can teach you the second method of achieving the same result. Please try. Please try everyone, and if you have any questions or queries, you can let me know. Are you all done? Okay. Now the second method which I am going to show you, okay, the second method which I am going to show you here is called as flash fill. Now flash fill, as the name suggests, basically detects a pattern in your data set. If you see this, this is flash fill. It is in the same category of data tools where text to column is. So basically it is performing the same function, but flash fill is not a function or a formula. Flash fill is a pattern in a data set. Flash fill is a pattern in a data set where it detects a pattern and then fills the data based on the pattern. Also, a flash fill sees patterns, so it does not have referencing taken into consideration. It sees the row and gives you the data in the next column, exactly next column, line by line. It gives you the data in the exactly next column, line by line. Now here I'm going to come and I'm going to write Texas. It will not detect the pattern so soon. So I will write New York. And as soon as I start typing New York, you will see in a very light gray color, the whole region column or the whole F column getting populated by picking up the relevant details from the department column. Enter. Can you see this? And you see the sign of flash fill. Control E is the keyboard shortcut for flash fill. Now here you can just see values. You cannot see any reference. You cannot see anything else. It is just a pattern in the data set. So if you only want to extract the names of the region, you can extract it using a flash fill also. Please try. Sure, I'll show it to you again. Control Shift and down to select the whole data and hit delete. Flash fill, as I said, is not a function or a formula. It is not based on cell reference. It is based on patterns in the data set, and it always gives you the answer right next to the cell. So if I think my data is here and I'll do a flash fill here, no. The flash fill will happen exactly next to it and in the same row. So the two main things are it will happen exactly next to it and in the same row. Am I audible, everyone? Am I audible? Okay, thank you, thank you. I just felt my internet flickered for a moment, so that's the reason I got a little worried. Okay, so let me come here, and here I will just write Texas because that is what I want, the region. Press enter, then I'll write New York. As soon as I start typing New York, it will detect items in column E and in column F. It will only give me the relevant items, that is the latter part, that is the matter after the underscore. And the department column will be as it is. Hit enter, you will see the symbol of flash fill to see that flash fill has been applied. Please try, everyone. And we will try one more example here, where from the department column, we will only fetch the matter from the left side. From the department column, we will only fetch the data from the left side. So here I will write cloud space tech. Enter. And as soon as I start typing strategy, even before I can complete strategy, you will see that flash fill has completed it for me. Please try flash fill. It's a very interesting option, but always remember, it's not a function, it's not a formula. Suppose I change the value here and I make this manufacturing Florida. You will see that this is still operations. Why? Because flash fill does not auto update itself, because it is neither a function nor a formula. It is only relying on patterns in a data set. And the pattern has already been detected. The matter has already been completed. So if I want these new changes to be taken into consideration, I'll have to press Ctrl Shift down, delete it, and repeat the process. Okay, I will have to repeat the process. And from here, if I want, I can come here, pull it down. It will drag and complete like a normal formula. And if it doesn't apply, from the drop down, you have to choose flash fill. From the drop down, you have to choose flash fill. So the drop down which you get over here, you have flash fill. Is it clear? Click on. Okay, so you can come here and you can pull it down from here as well. And then you just choose flash fill. Okay, so in this manner, you can apply flash fill to your data. See, it's completing. Press enter, it will apply. Please try flash fill and also try and change your source data. So you know that when you change the source data, a normal function or a formula would update itself, but flash fill does not update itself. Please try, everyone. Please try, everyone. Please try, everyone. Okay, thank you, Divya. Thank you, everyone. Okay, now let us come over here and let us go to the profit margin column. If you look at the profit margin column very carefully, what can you see? Can you see values or can you see issues? What can you see? Can you see any kind of errors? When you see the profit margin column, you will be able to see errors and they're all div errors. In order to take care of this, what I am going to do is I am going to envelope this function or this formula in an if error formula. What am I going to do? I'm going to say that if there is an error, give me 0 or give me hyphen. But if there is a value, give me the value as it is. So I'll write profit margin. I will come here and write is equal to if error. Open. If error function or if error formula has two parts. Is equal to if error open. Value and value if error. What do I mean by value and what do I mean by value if error? Value means that if there is a value in the profit margin column, it will show me the value as it is. I repeat, if there is a value in the profit margin column, it will give me the value as it is. But if there is an error, I repeat, but if there is an error, I can customize the error. That means instead of displaying a div error in a file and sharing a file with a div error, I would rather show either empty cell or a hyphen or blank spaces in order to represent the same. So is equal to if error, select the profit margin cell. That means if there is a value, it will show me the value as it is, comma. If there is an error, it will show me open quotes, space bar, close quotes. Open quotes, space bar, close quotes shows me a blank cell. Let me come here, double click, and I will see a blank cell. Now I need to format this into percentage. So I'll go to the home tab and under home, I will apply percentage formatting. Now there is one percentage format which is available here. And I also have a percentage format which is available here. Can anyone tell me that are both the same or is there a difference between the two things? Are both the percentage formats the same or is there a difference between both these percentage formats? Anyone? Both the percentage formats are different. If you see this percentage format from the drop down, it is a more precise percentage format. That means it takes 13.29% into consideration. But the outside percentage sign will format the percentage by rounding it off. So if you click on the outside one, it will show you only 13%. If it is less than 0.5, it will give you the same number as it is. If it is more than 0.5, it will give you the next number. So here you have the percentage and I will click here and it will format the whole column too. So what I have done is I have created a new column called profit margin and I have used the if error function in order to take care of the errors. I have added a new column called profit margin and I've used the if error function in order to take care of the errors. I would like you all to do that. And once you all complete doing that, what I am going to do is I am going to show you how you can make the changes to column J only. I'm going to show you how you can make the changes to column J itself. Please try this, then I will show you how to make the changes and add the if error function in the J column itself by enveloping the division that is taking place between the revenue and the profit. Please try this, everyone. If anyone has any questions or queries, or if anyone wants anything to be repeated, please let me know. Poonam ma'am, any doubts, any difficulties, let me know. When you're complete, please let me know. Give me a heads up in the chat. Okay, thank you for letting me know and notifying me. Okay, now suppose I want to do the same thing in the same column. That means I would not like to add a new column, make these changes, then do copy, paste as values, then delete the profit margin column. I don't want to do all that. I want to work in the column which is provided, which could be a scenario which you face where you are given only one column and you only want to clean up and work in that column. Now here, it is a division between the profit and the revenue. Over here, after the equal to sign, I am going to start an if error function. After the equal to sign, I am going to start an if error function. Open bracket, value. Value stands for the answer that you will get through this division. So there was an equal to, I just went and wrote an if error after the equal. Since if error is a function or a formula, you will always write the if error after the equal to sign. So is equal to if error, open bracket, the value, that is the amount which will be obtained by dividing the two, is the value, comma. After the comma as a separator, you will see value if error is highlighted. What do I mean by value if error is highlighted? When I see value if error is highlighted, that means that it is highlighting the area where I need to specify my custom error alert, where I need to specify my custom error alert. And what is my error alert? I will say is equal to space bar, open inverted commas, space bar, closing it. Now, instead of this, if I want to show a hyphen or anything else, I can do that. Hit enter, and here I got it correct. Come to the corner, double click, and it will envelope all of the divisions in the if error function. So what did I do? I had the division. I only enveloped it in the if error function. And by doing so, I could accomplish my goal of cleaning the profit margin column in column J itself. I did not have to go elsewhere. I could manage cleaning the profit margin column here only. Please try, everyone. Please try, everyone. Let me know when you'll complete this. If anyone wants me to re-explain the if error function or formulae, let me know that as well. Thank you, Poonam. Okay, good work. Thank you very much, everyone, for letting me know that you all have come. Now let us go to some other functions which are called as uppercase, lowercase, propercase, left and right, and concatenate. For that, I'm going to go to the sample superstore data. I'm going to go to the sample superstore data. I'm going to do a control shift and select some data. So copy the data and I'm going to take the data to this data cleaning sheet. So I'm going to come here, I'm pasting the data. Now, using this data, okay, using this data, I'm going to show you first the left function. What does the left function do? The left function will extract certain characters from the left side. The left function will extract certain characters from the left side. So is equal to left open bracket, select the text, comma. Now if I wanted to extract only the CA and the US, CA, US are two characters. So is equal to left, select the text, comma, and now it is asking me number of characters. Number of characters stands for how many characters would I like to extract from the left side. Number of characters stands for how many characters would I like to extract from the left side. Right to close bracket, hit enter. And when I come to the corner, I can double. Now this is a function which I have used, correct? There is cell reference. Let me ask you a question. Do you think I can do this with flash fill as well? Think and answer. Can I achieve this with flash fill? Can I use flash fill to remove CA? Can I use flash fill to remove CA? Tell me. Yes, I can do it. Can I do it in this cell over here? Can I do it in P14? No. If I have to do a flash fill, I will have to cut this, remove this, paste it here, and I will have to do it here. Correct? So I'll do CA, enter, CA, enter, US, and see it is filling it. If it doesn't fill it, all I have to do is come over here and say flash fill. Okay, so what will I do? I will come to the corner and drag it. And then click on the drop down here and it has completed it. Another way I can do it for 2 or 3 cells, and all I have to do here is a control E. Yes, sorry, I need to select the whole column, control shift down till where the data exists, and the shortcut is a control E. So select this and just do control and E. Control E will also copy the flash fill. Control E will also copy the flash. So there are multiple ways of flash fill. You can drag it down and choose from the drop down. You can also use from here fill. You have flash fill here. Flash fill is also available in data tools next to text to column. So there are 3 or 4 places where you can access the flash fill. Complete this, delete it, and now let us go to the write function. What does the write function do? Can anyone tell me? Write function will extract characters from the right side. Write function will extract characters from the right side. So I will write the title of the column as write. Then I will write is equal to write, open bracket, is equal to write, open bracket. Select the cell, comma, and from the right side, I only want the number value. So after the date 2017, there is a hyphen, and then there is a 6-digit numeric value in the whole column. So first you have to text CA, then you have a hyphen, then you have the date 2017 or 16 or 2015. Again, there's a hyphen, and then you have a 6-digit code of numbers. So if I want to extract that 6-digit code, I will select from the right side, comma as a separator and write 6. Close bracket, hit enter, and then come to the corner and double. Is there another way by which I can break this CA 2017 and the number into 3 columns? Is there any other way? There are multiple ways. Can anyone think of any other way of doing it? Yes. Text to column, yes, perfect. Yes, text to column, definitely. And what will your delimiter be? Anyone else who could answer? In this scenario, in column U, where I have this type of data, what will my delimiter be? Anyone? What is the delimiter in this data? Anyone else who can answer? Who can answer? What is this delimiter here? Anyone? What is the bifurcation point? Is it a space? Is it a semicolon? Is it comma? Is it a hyphen? Is it a dash? Is it an underscore? What is the delimiter here? Anyone? Quickly, I've given you all a lot of hints. What is the delimiter or the point of separation? Please try. Okay. Nobody wants to say what is the delimiter here. This is the delimiter dash, or we call it hyphen. Okay. Come on, try left, try right, everyone. Please try left and right. Please try left and right. Try left, try right. Once you're done with left and right, we can introduce mid to you. Now, mid is not something that we use on such a regular basis, because in mid, you will need to choose not only the text and the number of characters, you will also need to choose the starting point, because mid starts from the middle. I repeat, the mid function starts from the middle. So from the mid, how many characters do you want to remove? Is equal to mid, open bracket. This is the text, comma. Now they are asking me start number. So from which character do you want to start counting? So C is 1, A is 2, hyphen is 3. So if I want the date, I want to start after the third character. So fourth character onwards, comma, 2017. So the date or the year is 4. So I'm going to remove 4 characters. So starting from fourth character, so I'm leaving C, A and hyphen. I start at 2. Okay. So at the fourth character, I'm starting and I'm removing 4 characters. Close bracket, hit enter, and this is the answer. Come to the corner, double click, and this is your column. Please try, everyone. Please try, everyone. Yes, everyone completed. Okay. Now I'm going to use the concatenate function. Now there are two ways of doing it. One, you can use the formulae for concatenate, which says is equal to concatenate. So is equal to open bracket, select one text, comma, select second text, comma, select third text. This is one way. But there is no hyphen taken here. So what will I do? I will select one text. Hyphen is actually a text. And can anyone tell me how text is represented in Excel? Can anyone in the chat box tell me? Not Divya and not Poonam. Other than Divya and Poonam, who else wants to answer, please? Please answer. How is text represented in a function or a formula? Anyone? How is text represented in a function or a formula? Or how is string data type represented? Who can answer, please? Anyone? How is text represented in a function or a formula? So text is represented in a function or a formula in inverted commas. And hyphen is also considered as text. That is why after selecting CA cell, I'll do open quotes, hyphen, close quotes, comma, select this one. Close bracket, see how it's looking. Is it looking proper? Yes. But it is still not complete because the numeric value which we extracted using right has not been considered here. So I will come over here, remove the bracket, comma, open quotes, dash, close quotes. Again, comma, and select right. Close bracket, hit enter, and this is your answer. So in this manner, we have used the concatenate function in order to put these three columns together. We have used the concatenate function to put these three together. I'm copy pasting in the chat box. Please try it. This is with the formula. We can also use the shortcut. And in order to use it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do it with this is equal to select CA and select 2007. So this way also it can be joined. But I need the hyphen. So I'll select the CA column, use AND as the joining factor, open quotes, hyphen, close quotes. Again AND. So AND is used to join. So keep writing AND between your different parts. Again AND after 2017, open quotes, hyphen, close quotes. Again and select this. Enter. Come to the corner and drag it down. This is with the shortcut. This is with the shortcut of concatenate. So there are multiple ways of doing it. If you are comfortable with the formulae, you can go with formulae. If you feel shortcut is better, you can check it. Please try everyone. Please try everyone. Let me know once you are complete, then we can go ahead. Okay, you all have completed. Thank you. Let us go now to the proper case. Proper case, as you all know, will convert the text in capital letters, right? Proper case will convert the text into capital letters. Okay. We also have something which is called as lowercase, which will convert the text into lowercase. Then we have sentence case, which is your proper case. So there is uppercase, all capital letters, lowercase, all small letters, and proper case. We have already covered lower and proper in the previous exercise. We will now try uppercase. Uppercase, as the name suggests, will convert the text into capital letters. All letters will be capital. Is equal to upper, open bracket. Select the text, close the bracket, hit enter. Come to the corner and drag it down. As soon as I drag it down, you will see that it completes the whole thing. You will see that it completes the whole column. Please check everyone. Uppercase will convert everything into capital letters. So these are some of the frequently used functions which are used for the purpose of data cleaning up, replacing errors, separating text into multiple columns. Let me know when you are complete. We will then go to the date function sheet. We will then go to the date function sheet. Now, the date in Excel is actually represented as a number if the date format is not correct. So let me copy this date. Let me paste it here. Double click in order to auto. Now, suppose instead of date format, the date is written in general format. The date is in general format. This is nothing but a number which stands for the number of months from 1st Jan 1900. This stands for the number of months from 1st Jan 1900. In case of Mac, they check the number of months from 1904. This is for a Mac. This is for a Windows machine. Now, when the date is not in proper format, you can always go to the drop down and convert it into a date, which would be a long date or a short date, depending upon the requirement of your data. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you how we can find out the current date. The current date is also called the today function. The current date is also called as the today function. The current date gives you the system date or the current date after looking up the data. So is equal to today, open bracket and close bracket, is equal to today, open bracket and close bracket. This will give you the current date or the system date. Now, if your system date, see my system date 7/12/2023. If your system date is not correct, the current date will not be given to you appropriately. So if there is a problem with sometimes the battery of your computer, okay, in most laptops or desktops, when we have battery issue, the system date will not update itself properly. And that is why you may not get the correct today function. Now, what is the advantage of using the current date? The advantage of using the current date is tomorrow, when we join for the session, you will see that it will show you 8th December. So every time on the next day, when I start the computer and I open my file, I will see the date being updated. I will see the date being updated. Please try this, everyone. Today function, and try changing the formatting of a date which is already given. Try everyone and let me know when you're done. Okay, great. Thank you. Now, let us use the formulae called year minus year in order to find out the number of years of experience of these particular employees. Now, since the date when it is in general format, it is giving you the number of months. Which number will be bigger? Today will be the biggest, correct? Any other number other than today will be the smaller number. And whenever we subtract, we always subtract from the larger. So here I will use a formula called is equal to year, open bracket, select the current date, close that, is equal to year of current date minus year of joining, close. So what am I doing? I am taking the current date and from that I'm subtracting the joining date in order to get the total number of years the employee has worked. I'm minusing the two dates to get the total number of years the employee has worked. Now, when I come to the corner and I drag it, you'll see a coloring. What coloring is this? Can anyone tell me? What is this coloring that I'm seeing? Green fill. What is this coloring on these cells? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what is this coloring that I'm seeing on the cells? What is this coloring that I see on the cells? Anyone? I will have to go and check the names of the participants. Okay, Abhishek sir, Anita, Ashwini, can anyone help me? Chirag, Ganesh sir, who can help me? What is this coloring on the cells? Green coloring. Anyone who would like to answer quickly in the chat box? Also, user 487, I request please rename yourself because at the end of the session, when I take the attendance, I face an issue in terms of names. So please rename yourselves. What is this green coloring that I'm seeing? Anyone? Please answer. Okay, nobody's answering. This is conditional formatting. That is, a format will be applied if a particular criteria or a condition is fulfilled. If you want to see which is the conditional formatting applied here, you can click here and you can go into manage rules and it will show you the rule. What is the rule saying? If the cell value in this column is more than 3, only then is the coloring coming. If I want, I can change it and I can say edit rule. And here I can say is greater than 19. Apply, okay. Can you see what happened? Only greater than 19. So now the formatting is only applied to this particular years of experience, which is 22, because it is more than 19. Now in column G, you need to calculate the bonus. In column G, you need to calculate the bonus. In order to calculate the bonus, we need to lock this particular cell in order to make sure that all salary values are only getting a bonus of 15%. Please try and let me know when you all are done. For those who want to follow along, we are going to begin with an equal to sign. Select the first cell of the salary, multiplied by select the 15% cell. Then what I'm going to do is, in order to lock the cell which has the value 15%, we are going to use the F4 function. F4 will apply a dollar before column and a dollar before row and lock the cell so that every value in this column will only get multiplied by 15%. Hit enter, come to the corner and write. Can you please try everyone? 15% bonus. Let us go to total. In order to calculate the total, what we are going to do is we are going to take the salary and we are going to add the bonus to it. Begin with an equal to sign, write the sum function and select the first cell of the salary. After selecting the first cell of the salary, use comma as a separator and select the bonus. Close bracket, hit enter, and this is your answer. Come to the corner of the cell and drag your answer down. If the cells are non-adjacent in nature, we use comma as a separator. I repeat, we use comma as a separator and we select the multiple items. I cannot do this to do the sum because it will add the joining date, the current date and the number of years in addition to the bonus and give me. And that is why when I'm selecting cells which are non-adjacent or not one after the other, I will use comma as a separating factor to separate the different cells. Please try this, everyone. Please try, everyone. If anyone has any questions or queries, let me know. The difference between plus and this is the right procedure of doing this because when you use a sum function or a formula and you write it in an empty cell and you write is equal to sum and you open the bracket, you will see in the syntax there is comma as a separator. So always whenever we are writing, the right practice, the correct way is always to go about with a formula, to use cell referencing and to write as the formula is given. Using the plus sign by giving reference is not wrong, but this would be a more appropriate way of doing it. Any questions, any queries? Most welcome, Divya ma'am. Okay, if you all are done with this, I will be coming to the next date function sheet. In this particular sheet, let me explain to you the sheet first, and then let us go ahead with the formulas and the function. In column 1, I have, or column A, I have the names. In column B, I have the hire date of the employee. Now, when I did year minus year, I only got the total number of years. But if I want to know how many months over years are there, I will do a YM. And if I do an MD, it will give me how many months over days. So 42 years, 8 months, and 6 days is the experience or the number of or the duration the team member or the employee has worked for. So for that purpose, I will write Y. Y will give me total years. M will give me total months. And D will give me total days. So for that, I will write is equal to dated if. Dated if is a new function which I am introducing today to you. In that, we put the hire date, comma, we put the current date, that is the today function, comma, and into inverted commas, we either write Y. Y will give me the total number of years the team member or employee has worked for. If I write M, it will give me the total number of months the employee has worked for. So sometimes you want the data in months, you can write M. And if I write D over here, it will give me total number of days. This days is very helpful when you have a parcel ordered and a parcel dispatched. So between order and between dispatch, if you want to see that it should not take more than 5 days, because they say will be dispatched in 3 to 5 days, you can do dated if with D at the end, which will give you the number of days. Here the number of days is a very large number and we cannot really use it to arrive at any conclusion. But if you look at Sample Superstore, Sample Superstore has the order date and the Sample Superstore has the ship date. I repeat, the Sample Superstore has the order date and the ship date is also in this particular sheet. Between the order date and between the ship date, if I want to know how many days have been taken, I can give it. Please try, everyone. Please try, everyone. You'll have to type the dated if function, my dear. Would you like to share your screen? Just share your screen, start typing dated if you'll get. You don't get it as a list function. Share your screen, I'll show you. Yeah, you can share your screen, I'll show you. You have to type it out. Yeah, share your screen. Yeah, you found it, right? Okay. Yeah, so start typing it. Right is equal to dated if. Right is equal to dated if. Yeah. Double click on the formula that you're writing. Double click on the formula that you're writing is equal to dated if, open the bracket after if. Yeah, open the bracket. Yes, now give the reference of the higher date. Give the reference of the higher date, correct, comma. Give the give the reference of current date, that is 7/12/2023. So you've written M. M is giving you total months, correct? M is giving you total months. Yeah, okay, superb. Anyone else would need help with this? You can let me know. You can share your screen. Okay. Once you are done with the number of years, that is Y, the next syntax which I'm going to show you is 35 years, but how many months? So there'll be certain incomplete months which do not make up the 36th year. So in order to get those incomplete months, we will say is equal to dated if, open bracket, select the higher date, comma, select current date. Now, if you do not want to select the current date, you can also write today, open bracket, close bracket. Today, open bracket, close bracket, comma, and here you can write YM. YM will give you how many months above the year. So it is 35 years and 1 month. Now, 1 month and how many more days? 1 month and how many more days? In order to get the number of days over that month, I am again going to use the dated if function. Is equal to dated if. Select the higher date, comma, select the current date, comma. And now I will write MD, which will give me how many days over the months. So here I have 35 years, 1 month, and 8 days. I repeat, 35 years, 1 month, and 8 days, 11 days. If I need to merge this all and write it all together at one go, I can use the concatenate function in order to merge this together. So is equal to concatenate, open bracket. This concatenate is going to be much longer than the others because I will take the reference of the years, I will take the reference of the months past, I will take the reference of the days past, but I will also have to write year, month, and days. And I will also have to specify spacing for the 1 character blank space between the text. So 35, comma, into inverted commas years, comma, open quote, space bar, close, comma, again, select 1, comma, into inverted comma months. I'm only writing a part of the formula. I want you all to complete it and write the formula with the ampersand sign also. So I have written concatenate. You will write with the and also. Come on, everyone. I want you all to write both the combinations and share with me in chat. In the meanwhile, let me take your attendance. If anyone wants to rename themselves, please do that. If anyone wants to rename themselves, please do that. I'm waiting for all of you all to share your formulas. First write it with concatenate method, then write it with and sign, and then I will show you how you only write it for one row and you can drag it down so that your reference does not change. Please let me know once you're complete and start sharing your functions and formulae in the chat box. Sure, no problem. Okay, now if you want to make it dynamic or you want it to flow across, there are two ways. One is you drag the today function to the whole column. So here onwards, you'll write this way, is equal to dated if, open bracket. Select the higher date, comma. Select the current date, comma. And then write Y. And then you'll come here and write. Now for months past, what will you do? Is equal to dated if, open bracket. Select the higher date, comma. Select current date, comma. And you'll write YM. YM will give you year above months. Close bracket, hit enter. Please try. Come to the corner, double click. Now for the days past, same way, is equal to dated if, open bracket, select the higher date. Always select just below the label. So if I was doing it in the first row, I would do it for reference B2. But since I'm in F3, I will refer to B3. so that when I drag it down, there is no difference of 1 in my answer. Comma, select the current date, comma, and I'll write MD, that is month above. How many days above the completed months? Come to the corner and drag it. This is one method, and similarly, you'll write your concatenate. But suppose the alternative will be if you don't want to drag this or you don't want to have this on your sheet. If you want to have this on your sheet, you can write this way, dated if, select the higher date, comma, select the current. And when you're selecting the current date, you can use dollar sign to lock it. When you're selecting the current date, you can use the dollar sign to lock it. Comma, into inverted commas, Y, close. This is one method of doing it. When you have an external reference, I repeat, when you have an external reference or you have a cell reference and you want to refer to it, you can use the dollar sign or you can use the keyboard shortcut F4 to lock your column and your row for that particular cell so that when you drag it down, the reference will not change. So when it is referring to the higher date, you will see B3, B4, B5, B6. But C2, this yellow cell is remaining fixed. C2 or this yellow cell is remaining fixed. Alternatively, another method of doing this will be is equal to dated if, open bracket. Select this, comma, and here you can write the today function inside, comma, yn. By writing the today function, you're not giving an external reference and neither are you using the dollar sign. By writing the today function, you don't have to refer to a cell which has today, and neither do you have to lock it. And here again, B3, B4, B5, B6, B7, B8, it will take all the references and the today function will be the same. Please try this, everyone. These are some permutations and combinations of the same dated if function. These are some permutations and combinations of the same dated if function. Please try. Please try all of these combinations so that you should know what you can achieve with each of these. So please try these combinations. Please try, everyone. Nice. Good work, Divya. Who else would like to show their formulae? Please try. Please try. Any questions, any queries, let me know. Yes, correct. What about the other people? You all are not solving the formulas or you all are not sharing with me? I am requesting all the other team members also to please share formulas in the chat box, please. Also, user 507, what is your name? User 507, what is your name? Please try everyone. Let me know when you all complete. Please try everyone and let me know if you have any questions or queries. Okay. We have completed our content for today. We have completed our content for today. If anyone has any questions or queries, let me know. Else, I will just give you a recap of what we covered today. We began our session with data cleaning up, where first we learned to auto-fit row width and column height. So we did a control A, and from the home tab under format, we did auto-fit row height, auto-fit column width in order to auto-fit the row height and the column width. Then we started removing or replacing items in the bracket by selecting the column, and then we went into find and select replace, and here we specified asterisk or we specified the multiplication sign to represent string data type, and we replaced all. Then what we did was we understood the difference of normal text, which is referred to cells, and copy pasting as values. So when we are referring to cells, when we delete the source column, the formulae destination column also gets removed. For that, we use the paste special option, and from paste special, we use paste as value. So copy and then we use paste as values to paste only values. We use the trim function is equal to trim in order to trim empty spaces. We also used the proper function to convert to sentence case, trim to remove spacing, upper to convert into uppercase, and lower to convert into lowercase. The formulae column which had errors, we replaced it with an if error function where we referred to the cell, and for the error we gave a blank cell. We can perform that in an additional column. We can also perform it in the same column itself. We will then go ahead and talk about the flash fill. Flash fill is a pattern in the data. It is not a function or a formula. It enables you in order to detect a series in your data and find out the answers. Using pattern fill, we can do CA, we can do CA again, US, and then you will see the prompt and you can use the prompt. Otherwise, you can go to the corner, double click, and it will copy and give you flash fill. Flash fill can only occur right next to the cell, not anywhere else because it is detecting a pattern. If you update the source data or make any changes to your source data, the pattern fill will not get updated. We also use the concatenate function, which was taken further into the date function. In the date function, we did the today function, which gave you the current date. So is equal to today, current date is given to you. We also did the changing of the date formats. You can select the date format and you can change it from here, short date or long date format, depending upon you. If the date is not given in date format and it is given in general format, it is nothing but the number of months from 1st Jan 1900. And then we wound up with the dated function. And when you're using the dated function, it's very, very important to write Y, M, and D, and then YM and MD. Please try this, everyone. Please try this. This was today's session at a glance. The session has been recorded. I'm just going to stop the recording. If anyone